Howdy, it's Kevin from Earth 2 Mastery, one of your top 1,000 favorite Earth 2 YouTubers, and tonight we try to take over the world. Okay, guys, give me a break because I'm doing as best as I can. We're going to go over one of the first known resources in Earth 2, or so it seems. I've got a couple updates here as well, but first things first, I've got my discount code in the description down below and probably pinned to the top comment. If you do decide to purchase brand new tiles from the Earth 2 platform, I'd appreciate it if you'd use my code. It helps me build my Earth 2 empire, and it gets you a 5% discount too, so it's win-win. Okay, guys, Shane tweeted this out today. It was pretty cool. It's obviously a picture of the terrain. It says something our team was working on the other day. Thought it was pretty cool, so just wanted to share here unofficially. Feeling pumped from internal Earth 2 meetings over the past 24 hours, excited for things to come over the next few months. We all are too. You know it. Every time we get a little bit of a snippet here, it sends us into a frenzy. Looks like people's flags are still displayed there. I will say, this is pretty neat. You got the trees there. Obviously, you're in a little clearing. Somebody drove a Jeep in there, or a Hummer. I can't really tell. Maybe it's just a generic SUV. But there's obviously going to be driving cars around, off-roading. That's pretty cool. You can see people's flags there. I do hope, just from looking at this picture, that there's an option to shut that off, because maybe if you're just out there enjoying the area, looking at animals and trees and stuff like that, you don't want to see those lines. So maybe if you zoom out, you can see the lines so you can see where you're at and who owns the tiles. But I don't know that they should always be there. So that's my opinion on that. I wanted to warn you guys about this thing. I saw this posted in a Facebook group. There's phishing going on, and not the kind that you make tacos with. This is the kind where they steal your information and then they steal your land. Don't let it happen. It looks like they're trying to make it official, except they don't know how to spell official. And then you can see their email is at gmail.com. Doesn't seem very official, does it? Hello, good day. I get in touch on behalf of Earth2IO, specifically from Spain support, and we want to help you. We have detected a possible deception on your account and are contacting you with assistance. We must verify that it is your account that has suffered the 1 cent sale deception. The funny thing is, these same people are probably the ones that were doing that kind of stuff. That is why you must provide us with your email and password with which you enter Earth2.io. Don't ever give somebody your password. If you have two-factor authentication, you must provide us with a backup token. No way. Nobody needs that. Don't ever give it to them. Otherwise, it will be impossible for us to help you recover your properties. If you do not provide us with the password and the email to solve this internally, you will lose your account within a few days. Kind regards from Earth2.io. No. Not very interested in all of that nonsense. Don't give people your password. Don't give people your 2FA authentication tokens. Don't do it. They're going to steal your land, and these are probably the same scammers that were stealing it in the game. Okay, so the other day, Dorkslayer was leaked a type of code that you could paste into a Chrome browser, and I went away. Did it again. There we are. So the other day, Dorkslayer leaked some code that he was able to put into the Chrome browsers, I believe. Maybe it was Firefox. No, I think it was Chrome. That you were able to see where resources were located. We saw some gold. I was at work, so I didn't get to take advantage of the leak. It's probably best because they may move those resources around now that people knew where they were anyway. But one of the things that was really interesting to me was that they had asbestos in there as a resource. Now, asbestos is plentiful. It's all around where I live. It's in the rocks out there. But I wanted to go over some of the uses of it to see why we would have it. We see that we have skyscrapers. Now we get a picture where we're driving a Jeep around. So apparently we're not stuck in the Stone Age forever, but do we start in the Stone Age? And does it make sense that asbestos would be a mineral that was available to us if we did start in the Stone Age? Is it something that could be usable? That's what got me thinking, because if we do start out as an evolutionary type game with technology trees that we have to work on, we need to have stuff that is initially produced that we can actually use. Now, maybe later there's titanium and plutonium and stuff that's more technologically gifted, I guess, stuff that takes a lot longer to figure out how to use and process. But initially, we need something that we can do a lot of stuff with. And so asbestos, I find, might actually be a great choice. So I won't bore you with the different types of asbestos. Hopefully we don't get sick in the game, don't get mesothelioma or cancer in the game. Although I guess if we have avatars, maybe there will be need for medicine. Maybe your avatar can die and then you have to start over again. I really don't know. But here we go. Uses for asbestos. Asbestos was nicknamed the magic mineral because its unique chemical composition and physical properties made it suitable for use in thousands of products, from floor tiles to road signs, from sewage pipes to insulating mattresses. Historical records show that asbestos has been used by man for over 4,000 years. Now, I don't know exactly when the Stone Age was, but 4,000 years was an awful long time ago. Pretty primitive technologies for the most part, unless you're into ancient aliens and something called UPAs, which is out of place artifacts. Look them up. Pretty neat. Anyway, in this century, it has been used in over 3,000 products, including cement building materials, pipework lagging, insulating mattresses and rope, fire-resistant insulation boards, sprayed fireproofing products, floor tiles and coverings, water and sewage pipes, gas masks, friction materials for vehicle brakes and clutches, lifts and machinery, boilers and pipework were lagged with asbestos products in hospitals, power stations, and throughout heavy industry. Asbestos insulation products were popular in the shipbuilding and railway industries and in the dockyards. The Royal Yacht Britannia, built in 1952, was riddled with asbestos insulation, which was stripped out upon discovery in 1980. Sprayed asbestos insulation containing crocodilite was used in the roof space of the House of Commons chamber. Linings of the ventilation ducts in the House of Commons were insulated with chrysotile, which is a white asbestos. Okay, so they've used asbestos for large-scale British buildings for fireproofing, acoustic, thermal insulation, condensation protection, and reinforcement in asbestos cement products. Lots of uses. I also saw that ancient man was using it for pottery. So maybe we need to make pottery. It's probably going to be helpful in the buildings. We can make fireplaces out of it. We can make ovens out of it. We can make furnaces out of it because it's very good for insulation, and it's very anti-flammable, non-flammable. So as long as we've been using asbestos, as plentiful as it is on the earth and as many uses as it has, maybe it's a very interesting choice for one of the first resources. I hadn't really thought about asbestos ever being a resource. We don't use it anymore here in the United States because it gives you possibly mesothelioma or lung cancer, increases the chance of lung cancer if you smoke. But it's been in brake pads and stuff like that. I'm sure I've breathed some in. I know they were doing asbestos remediation procedures while I was at work. They were getting it out of the overhead compartments and stuff like that. So most everybody probably over 30 years old in the United States has been exposed to it at some point in time, either in an automotive capacity or in a building of some sort. So it's in everything. Look, here it says that other asbestos-containing materials were sprayed asbestos coatings, asbestos lagging, insulation partition boards, ropes and yarns, cloth, millboard and paper, asbestos cement sheets and partition boards, textured coating, mastic, sealants, putties, adhesives, wall plugging, compound pipework, and so on. And we're going to need, in order to build all those skyscrapers, we're going to need a lot of insulation. We're going to need a lot of concrete that can get reinforced with this strong fibers that asbestos contains. Really, we are just able to build a lot of different stuff with it, fireproof a lot of different things. And we've also been working with it for so long that it's going to be a resource that has longevity. So initially, let's say we did start 4,000 years in the past, we can use it for pottery. We can start using it for concrete. Then we can start using it for clutches and brake pads, insulation. So it's something that can evolve with the technology. Maybe they're starting out trying to kind of replay the technology that we've had in the past in real Earth so that we can experiment with it, learn, and see it grow in the game, just like we would have if we had a 40,000 foot view of the history of the world and we could watch how technology played out. Anyway, I thought asbestos was really interesting. I don't know if you got any tiles that contained asbestos. When that leak happened, it was only out there for like an hour, and then the devs patched it because obviously they don't want people getting an unfair advantage. I did get some tiles in... I want to get some tiles in Liechtenstein because I think that's going to happen. I think that's going to be the next spot to go off. I still have to save some money for Dubai, but I might spend some money in Liechtenstein. And I got some tiles in San Marino yesterday. There's still some spots left, but San Marino is a small country, and so it's filling up fast, and it's one of the fastest growing spots on Earth 2 right now. So if you are wondering where you could get some tiles, they're fairly inexpensive there still now, and it's growing fast, so there's going to be a lot of people and development around it. Anyway, leave comments down below about what you think the asbestos might be used for, assuming that it stays one of the first resources available in the game. And also leave comments if there's a different type of video that you would like to see. Before we go, I wanted to show you, if I can get it over here, this little Ghostbusters character. He's available in that Vivi app that I was talking about that's built on the OMI coin, the OMI coin. And it's an economy coin. There's only like 984 of him left. So there's under 1,000 of him left. If you're looking to get him, he's $14.99. And I've already seen him selling on auction for up to 30 gems, which when they combine the use of the dollar and the economy coin, a gem is going to be $1. So basically you can buy them for $15 right now. And then you could turn around in the auction and possibly sell them for double that in the amount of gems. So I just wanted to tell you about that before it ran out, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.